Now it's trying to make me. Alright, it's all good, it's all good. That's kind of smart. If you get disconnected, you have to like recheck the network or like the authenticity of your system or something. Okay, that's where we stopped
They
last
say
time.
the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma, the ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Emergency provisions, like emergency food.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
Don't assume.
We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
What do you have to say, Kurosawa?
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to.
We heard that you lost your vision recently.
And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking
We-
them
we
for
didn't- we
myself,
didn't-
I wouldn't
we
be
didn't say
going
that.
through such hard times right now.
He kept being pushed around that he's on the defensive, I think. But we were just asking if it's related to
To
it.
top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders.
Ah,
Which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
He seems to be telling the truth, but we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
nope. Time for treasure hunts. One second. Nice. Wait, hold on. No. Which one? Which button? This one. Uh, Okay, where are we going? Is that you? Are
We
you the
really outdid
treasure? Hi,
ourselves
hi,
this time.
Nancy. Outdid? Was in terms of theft? Yeah, I did it.
All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the
I'm good.
jackpot.
How are you?
I mean, besides that one house.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, it's basically my whole Halloween custom. Actually, this is kind of, I don't know if this can be counted as part of the custom. I always wear it anyway, but in different uh, setup. Are you gonna dress up anything for Halloween too?
You
Even
haven't
if it's
seen
just a hat?
anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in Hoarder history.
You demand, boss.
Ah, Kristen,
These seem like the
you the
treasure
man,
hoarders we're
boss.
after. Let's teach them a lesson.
Let's. Yeah, I mean, everyone, you know,
Fry.
would dress up or wouldn't dress up. Like up to you, of course. But it's just kind of fun. It's one of the few things you can have fun with in life. Halloween, dressing up for Halloween. What about you, Kristen? Are you dressing up for Halloween or doing anything? I'm not really dressing up. It's just the hat.
You're open.
Right? Yeah. You're opening. Okay. Did they have the
Oh, there
provisions?
goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know?
I'm good, Kristen. How are you? It's hard to steal that. What? You're bragging about working hard to steal something? That's not something to brag about.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders?
That's good
We
to
could
hear.
use someone like you.
Forget it. Tell us all you know about Kurosawa. Not likely. Word has it you looted Kurosawa's house.
Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew we shouldn't have hit that place.
Yeah, big mistake. Any place is a big mistake.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom.
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh?
What?
the?
Supplies or what?
There's nothing in here but IOUs.
What's IOUs? Trying to think. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here.
Oh,
We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
and no more stealing.
Yes,
You tell
of
them,
course.
Paimon.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
I don't know what IOUs are. I need to look it up. I also need to look up what Jiangxi is. Is that a character or like a thing? What is Jiangxi? I need to know. Oh, I think it's a character then. What's IOU? Okay. Oh, uh, that informal document on huh? International Open University. I don't think so. What is it? What's the? Okay, never mind. I give up. I mean, I give up, but anyway. Yeah, is Jiangxi the character that I just searched online? Ah, okay. And long, pale skin and long nails. Okay, okay. Does he have any kind of characteristic? Like, is he like after justice, or does he defend his loved ones, or any characteristic that you kind of like him about? Oh, I see. Is that why she has a scroll or whatever it is on her forehead or on her hat or something?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
You get out of here now. Oh, okay, okay. Zombie vampire. So do they suck blood from humans or anything actually? Oh, that's okay, Kristen. We can all go AFK for a while sometimes.
Is it just me?
It is just you, Mr. NPC. Is it just me or yep, it's you? Why do I feel like I'm missing out on things here? Like everyone's talking and saying things. You know, in real life, sometimes I try to join the chat if they talk about something general that I can't hear because they're NPCs. I can't talk back. They suck the life. Oh, oh, does that like so it doesn't turn them? It just sucks the life out of them. So they're just a one-way vampire. Like you just take the the energy, doesn't give anything back. It doesn't transform them into something powerful. It's just a sucking system. one way, one way blood flow system, I guess. Now you. Is that Aoi? Aoi? What did I say it? Aoi?
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something? Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about?
Yeah, about those IOUs. What do they stand
So
for?
you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think.
Oops, I skipped that.
Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his
Oh,
own
that's the
account.
supplies? That's the supplies for the people? Ah, of course, that was a good man, you know.
However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover
It is
whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
a debt document.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions.
It was a priest. Oh, okay. They took control. The priest took control of the the priest that took control of the Jiangxi.
But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if If you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Oh, he's a good man. He's a good man. He would rather take on the debt rather than let the people down. I'll say his people down, not just the people, like the people around him that he cares for. Okay, okay. Thanks, Kristen. I'll have a look. Because I wasn't sure what social tag is.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense.
Uh-huh, I
No
see.
one ever
To defend,
appreciated what he did.
right?
They just
They didn't
complained
appreciate.
and held him accountable.
People can be so misled, especially with things like that. When people get a bad reputation and it's not true, it can like keep spreading and spreading, and it's a very unfortunate thing.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice.
Some do.
If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed.
It is.
As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself.
I was what? Sorry.
If you're
The
still
social tags.
curious, why don't you go ask him yourself?
Unfortunately, he doesn't remember. That's why they don't know because he
I
forgot.
see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated.
Yeah, if you're asking about the social tags, yes. Thanks for showing me what they mean. It's just basically like when you have a button on your profile, it has like an icon next to it, right? Did I understand that right? Oh, thanks, Nanashi. It's all good. You didn't have to. Anyway, the thing is, like if you took a really long time, I may have sent something to you because just to check up on you because like you never know, just to make sure that you're okay. Because if it took like months that I didn't hear back, I probably would like check on someone like, hey, what's going on here? You okay? Especially if there was more frequent conversations or dialogue, and so if it suddenly stops,
Most
that
unfortunate.
usually
If
means
he
something
doesn't
is
clear
going on.
the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Don't sell the sword.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now.
And thank you for doing that, Nancy. That's a very honorable thing to do.
I've asked him about its
Very
origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell.
very kind.
In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for.
I can kind of relate to that sword. Some things have a value that is very personal that people wouldn't understand. You can't put money on it. Oh, you're off work this week? Okay. Well, I kind of probably am. off work this week too, unless something changed, unless something I don't know. It's undetermined, but I may be off for some days at least. We shall see. Are you taking a week's vacation?
Oh, but before you go, if you would
I'm gonna
kindly
make it
settle
automatic.
today's bill.
But we didn't buy anything.
Settle his bills.
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa.
Oops, I didn't change.
Was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think.
I can't charge.
2,000 mora should be a fair price.
I can't choose any other option. I have to say fair enough. Guess what? Guess what I'm gonna say? I have to. I'm gonna say fair enough.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from.
Maybe I'm.
Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession.
Maybe I can
Let's
make
go
it look
talk to
cool. But
Kurosawa again.
fair
And
enough,
see if he can remember
milady.
anything.
Oh, isn't that what's it called? Spring break or something? Between winter and fall, there's a small break between, isn't there? I think they call it spring break. If I'm not, I don't know what they call it in Japan. But in here, some of them at least, they call it spring break. I think so. How long is it? It's a week? Yeah, I think it's a week here too, if I remember right. What is this arrow pointing at? Okay, okay. Calm down, arrow. Pointer. Okay, that's good. Especially the students that are taking a lot of courses in a year, yeah, in 1 year or one semester, because usually programs have 4 to 5 courses a semester, but some have way more. Like I can relate to that because in engineering you take 6 courses a semester. That's can be quite a bit, unless you have very good and kind professors who understand and do their part to teach you well. Anyway, let's go to Kurosawa. Speaking of good, honorable people, let's speak to Kurosawa. Hey, Kurosawa, I'm gonna talk to you from here. I can. I can, I think. Hold on. No, I can't. I have to be on his level. Damn it.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more
No,
often.
that's not your way.
Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
Actually, you encountered
That
Perchanta's
just about sums it
conversation.
up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand.
You're an honorable man, that's why. And yeah, so I can totally understand. What do they call the break in Japan, though? Is it spring break too? And because it matches what I remember happening in the fall semester, 1 week of time off for students. Does that include like staff too in the university to take a week off?
But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so.
The sword.
This sword was once wielded by my father.
Well, at least you remember that.
I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door.
What is it, Kristen?
My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem
Oh
to
damn,
remember
taking
it
the
either.
vision really affected his memory.
It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
The words are virtue and justice.
Virtue and justice?
Yeah, that's right. That's the words of a true samurai.
Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Be a good person if you don't know.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword.
Losing a vision is no trifling matter.
Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience.
My friends stream too. No, I think as far as I know, only me. Just thinking if I have any friends that stream. Why do you ask? The thing is that you should know that by now. No one raids me, so I don't have any friends that stream because we would be raiding each other. But I don't have any, so there's no raiding going on.
Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
What, Nanashi? What's up? What was happening? You got any good weapons to make? Want to force something for me? Hold on, I need to take this call. I'll be back in just a bit. Oh, never mind, they hung up. Okay, that phone was ringing. But then they're like, I don't want to talk to this guy. Ah, that's interesting. I didn't. Is it really like 100% dictatorship? I thought it was kind of not as. I mean, it's not. I don't know much about China, but I know that maybe it's not as bad as in Korea, one of the Koreas. This has moral codes. When you say moral codes, do you mean the leaders have a moral code? What's this? 44, 42, 43. Not. Actually, I wasn't able to make these before, so at least I have the ability to make them. Any bows? That's what I'm talking about. That's the one. Yeah. I don't know. Is it a good number to start with 44 attack? Okay. Okay. I've heard mixed things. I don't know what to believe. I feel like as long the one way you can tell